These are the dread leaders of working against Amba. Yes, they are on their way. They are on their way back from Yaoundé. As they went to see the paramount phone also, they started a meeting against Amba. As you can see, they are there, but not all of them. Yes, not all of them. As you people can see, they went to start a meeting against Amba, but Amba has arrested them. Yes, they are in their soil, and their soil is against them, as well as their trainers against them. Yes, as you can see.
In November, the President of the National Assembly of Cameroon, Cavaye Jege Jibril, enforced or informed or challenged all the traditional rulers, the forms, the chiefs, the kings in the north and the southwest region to go back to their palaces. It was a challenge. And I was very ashamed when he made this statement, challenging them to go back, that there is nothing in their villages. And it was a shame to me, because since the outbreak of the Anglophone crisis, the National Assembly has not yet talked about it. And the first thing the President of the National Assembly is talking concerning the Anglophone crisis is challenging the forms, the kings, the traditional rulers to go back to their palaces, knowing willfully that those palaces are not safe. And because the traditional rulers have all become politicians, they started being afraid that if I don't go back to my own palace, it means that the government will say that I'm afraid, I'm not a strong politician. And then they started going back to their palaces. And what is the result? The president of the Northwest House of Chiefs, the font of Bambala, the village where I came from, has been taken away by those guys to prove to the Cameroon government, to the president of the National Assembly, that Cameroon or Northwest and the Southwest region are not secure. There is insecurity everywhere, even right at the palace of the president of the House of Chiefs, Northwest region. Insecurity. That if he can be taken without any notification, how many of the villagers? It is a shame that a whole country, Cameroon, the National Assembly that is a lawmaker, they decide how the country should be operating, the laws that have to govern the country, yet something that is constitutional concerning them, they have never offered a word. Discuss it for 5 years today in the National Assembly. And the only thing the old president, who has been there for only God knows when, will say concerning the problem that have taken away the lives of more than 4,000 people is for the chiefs, the traditional rulers, to go back to their palaces. The palaces that is not secure. The palaces with so much insecurity, that is where they have to go. And then the firms also went because they are afraid of their salaries. They are afraid of what the government will say. They are afraid because they have all become a civil servant, not traditional rulers. Because of money, because of position. Look at the result. Insecurity, but Cameroon will pretend to make it in such a way that the whole world will know that nothing is happening in Cameroon. But military are dying in their numbers. Amba boys are dying. Citizens are dying every day. And you say Cameroon is a country. It is a shame that for all these years, the only thing the National Assembly can talk of concerning the Anglophone crisis is urging, forcing the traditional rulers to go. Because if it's coming popularly from the president of the National Assembly, meaning they have decided behind that there will be punishment for all the chiefs, all the traditional rulers that will refuse to go to their palaces, because they are all working people there. It is a shame that this National Assembly will not sit and think about what are the things we are going to do. Other parliamentarians in other countries like in Britain, America, the European parliaments, they are talking about the Anglophone problems. But you are in that country, you refuse to talk about it. The only thing is that everything is normal. You can never discuss such in the National Assembly. Then all of you are not qualified to become parliamentarians. The House, called the National Assembly in Cameroon, have to be dissolved, because it's not worthy of anything. That is the main problem of Cameroon, because the problem of Cameroon is the constitution of Cameroon, is the form of government, and all have been dissolved, destroyed by the National Assembly, and they will keep on in that their evil and wicked act, up to the point of pushing traditional rulers to go to places that are not secure. It is a shame. We need all to change our mentality. Don't believe that you have so much power that you decide that people will perish in their numbers. You do not care. It is a shame that all that you people know is voting budget. Project not executed yet, you are voting budget. The simple Anglophone problem, you people cannot sit and say it is a constitutional issue, but you are afraid of your pocket and call yourself the president of the National Assembly. You call yourself a parliamentarian. It is a shame. And that is what I say one time in my video, in one of my presentations, that there is no parliamentarian in Cameroon. There is no Senate in Cameroon. Those are a group of thieves who have gathered together to frustrate the citizens of Cameroon. And just believe that you will be there forever.